Temperance River opening up into the Great Lake Superior. For the kitchen area, we'll be using a 12-2 gauge wire with the ground. It's a little heavier wire than what you need for lights, but kitchen appliances tend to take a little bit more draw, so you want a little heavier gauge wire. Now I just feed it through these holes that I drilled. There's a couple different types of staples. Just a plastic clip on there with 2 nails on either side that supports the wire, holds it. You're supposed to put I think within 6 inches of the box. And these are to help prevent any wire from being pulled back out. And I like to tuck the wires deep in the box so when we go through with drywalling or anything like that, we don't clip them with the tools that we're using to cut the holes out. Of course, a good electrician would have his tools in a tool belt on him, not laying all over the place. But I never said I was a good electrician. So this will be on its own, this will be on its own, and the one that you can't see in the and that one will be on its own. And that should be pretty much all the circuits I need for my kitchen area. Although if I do put a island in here, I'll have to run a wire to the island also. Hope you enjoyed that first couple minutes of this video. Yesterday we had to run up to Grand Marais, pick up a few more boards for the woodshed. And I decided, well, seeing how Riley was with, we would spend the day chasing waterfalls. So that was a fun trip. Right now I'm just prepping a couple of the ceiling boxes for fans so I can get these hung and hopefully get some insulation up. Easier to prep them down here than it is up above. So this first fan rated box we're going to run dead center of the dormers. And I got to tell you, this really needs a fan up here because it's hot. And thank God for magnetic bits. That'll support a pretty heavy fan. I think it's rated at like 25 pounds or something. Well, I had to move the ash that I had drying. Had dried out. Nice. Got oil finish. It only takes about 12-14 hours for it to soak in good before I can stack it face to face. But that's the pile that I've got done. That's the pile yet to be done. Stove coming apart a little bit because I got some work to do to it before I can hook this up. A lot of missing screws and bolts that I want to get back in there. So I'm trying to get a few things done while I can. Well guys, just a little bit more insulation along that wall of the rigid stuff. Then I can start running some more wire. And then it'll be time to put fiberglass insulation in. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is put an outlet there, an outlet there, an outlet there. Yeah, I plan on sooner or later putting an all-in-one system for solar in here, which has got the controller, the charger, all that stuff built right into one box. So then all I need to do is run wires to a bank of solar panels and then down to a battery bank and then into my load center. So I'm going to wire this thing pretty much the same as what you would a house. But to energize the load center, it'll be off the inverter. Well, good morning everyone. It's the weekend once again. Yeah, so yesterday it was 40 degrees and we got about 2 inches of rain. And then sometime during the night it changed to this. And now only about 24 degrees. So I got the heater on in the cabin, and I think this weekend I'm going to try to make it a goal to finish up this wiring and with any luck try to get some more insulation in and maybe even work on that wood stove a bit, get that fired up. So stay tuned. Okay guys, as you seen earlier here, I was cutting some screws off so I could get that out. And the reason I tried to get that out is because I need to get after all these screws that are rusted and broken and pried apart. I think what somebody did, they didn't realize that this cap here is actually the clean out for underneath the stove. So what they tried to do, I believe, was try to clean out from around the stove by prying this all apart. Well, they apparently couldn't get at the screws, or couldn't figure out how to get at the screws, so it looked like they pried on that. They did manage to pull all these screws out. So what I'm going to try to do is cut all the heads off, knock the rest of the stem out, and then replace all these with, after straightening the flange, replace all the screws with stainless steel screws. And I'll put a gasket caulk, high temperature gasket caulk that's designed for stoves around that, so I don't have smoke or gases escaping through there. These aren't the most efficient stove to begin with, but I'd prefer that the smoke went up the chimney and not in the house. Now, the way these things are supposed to work, this is the damper to get the oven heated up. You have a damper on your chimney that you can control the flow of air escaping, but this is actually designed that when you close it down, it forces the hot air and smoke to go around and down underneath the oven and then come out the chimney back, which should be right here. Enter this chamber and go out the chimney. So what I'm going to try to do is get this all patched up to make sure that I have no issues with leaking smoke or anything else. And while I'm at it, I'll probably replace some of these other bolts that look like they've been missing. So, unfortunately, that's probably not going to be in this video, but I will try to get it into the next video, and with luck, we will have smoke coming out of the chimney in the next one. I forgot how long it takes sometimes to rough stuff in, especially when you're trying to figure out where everything's going, what you want on a line and run. But as you can tell, all my roughing is done, with the exception of 2 outlets that have to go behind the ash pile here, which I said earlier in the video, I still yet have to oil. But the loft is all wired. The ceiling fans are all wired. All the lighting, outlets. So when I'm able to afford the all-in-one system, I'll put in here. And then I'll be all ready for power. But anyhow, I want to thank everyone for following along and being patient. I know that I'm not getting the videos out as regularly as I used to. I'm still working quite a bit, so I try to do what I can, and we will get some more videos out as I can. But anyhow, I want to thank everyone for watching. Take care out there, and we'll see you on the next one.